You can tell me your answer out loud, but I really want you to ask yourself this. Why am I avoiding this goal? Okay. Why are you avoiding your goal? Okay. By the way, feel free to write that down. If you didn't do anything with your goal this year, why would that be the case? Okay, one more time. If you did nothing with your goal or goals this year, why would that be the case? Why didn't you start? And if you're not really sure, I can give you some examples that I put in my notes here. The first one might be, well, I don't know where to start. Okay. Or I'm exhausted. Understandable. I feel very overwhelmed by my goals. Okay. Well, it just feels sort of like a very boring goal. And here are my responses for those. Because I don't see them as excuses. I see them as more of an understanding of where your head is at. Okay, so starting off with, and these examples are just that. If you say you don't know where to start messy. Start in the middle. Start on a Wednesday. Start in the middle of the summer. Start anywhere. Who told you that you couldn't? If you say that you're exhausted, understandable. What's the smallest version of that goal then? Is your goal to go to the gym? What if you only went one day a week? It's starting somewhere, right? Don't let somebody, some gym bro tell you that you can't start somewhere. You have to start somewhere, right? Well, it feels overwhelming. Can you break that goal in half? Is it possible to break it down into smaller parts? Okay. Or, well, it's just boring. Then is that really the right goal for you? Should you maybe eliminate that goal altogether or come back to it? Ask yourself why it's even a goal. I don't know. Okay. So that's the first part. Because your avoidance is telling you exactly what needs adjusting. That alone, it's going to make your progress move in ways that the usual systems that people set up for goal setting, that they never seem to catch. So if we start off with the why, then we can actually figure out how to move forward. Okay? And again, if 3 goals, if that's too much for you and you just want to do one goal for your year ahead, then that's fine too. I asked you to choose 3 because when it comes to manifesting and spell work, 3 is an important number. But you choose whatever's best. You might have more than that. You might have, I don't recommend too many, but let's say maybe you have 5 goals. They don't all have to be massive. You don't have to say, well, Josie, at the end of 2026, I'm going to have a yacht, a hamster. I'm going to be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. All of those things can happen. This is a manifestation podcast. I'm never going to tell you what can't happen because I've seen it. I've seen people manifest overnight. I myself have manifested. The very place that I'm in right now was manifested overnight. So, and it's probably the 3rd one that I've manifested. I've manifested cars in a month. There is no timeline because the universe doesn't understand time in the way that humans have created it. Okay? So, I'm simply wondering why you might be avoiding the goal. But again, no judgment and no pressure. I just want you to ask yourself these questions. And again, that second question was, if I didn't do anything with this goal this year, why not? Okay. So, part 2. Every goal, why am I saying the word like that? Every goal gets one big, bold move per month. Every single one. So again, we're going to use the example of 3 goals. A big, bold move is about shifting the energy, but not just your checklist, okay? So an example would be, I want to start my own business. Well, send an email. Send the email to somebody that might be able to help you with that. The next example. I would really like to go to Pilates, but I don't know where to begin. Well, ask somebody, let's say that you know somebody who does Pilates. Ask them where they go. Do they have classes that fit your schedule? Where can I, ask them, hey, where can I find out some information about this? Next example. Let's say that you have said to yourself, I see that all these terrible podcasts out there, and I love Lua Nova, but it is one of the few podcasts that's actually talking about something meaningful. And I also want to talk about something meaningful. Okay, well, buy the microphone. Do you think that you need to start off with the most expensive equipment? If you're new to the show and you don't know this, I started off recording on an iPhone 13 with a software that is called Dolby On or Dolby One. I don't know. I don't have the phone right by me, but I do still have that phone. And, but that's how I started. So my sincerest apologies for how season 1 sounds and most of season 2. So I had to start somewhere, guys. Start somewhere. Buy the pink Amazon microphone that's $20. Again, not plugging Amazon. I'm just, saying maybe that wasn't a good idea. Maybe I should have said Amazon. But, wherever you buy microphones. Okay? But buy the thing. If you need a notebook, buy the notebook. If you said, you know what, I am going to become a Pilates princess. Okay. Buy a new workout outfit. And in fact, if you're not there yet, and you're like, well, I don't have the funds yet. You're a master manifester. Yes, you do. The money is always there. Money is just energy. It is there. If you need to take a moment, first of all, watch your wording. Words are spells. So instead of saying, I don't have it, well, I don't have the money for that. Oh, you don't? Well, you're right, because you just put that spell on yourself. Why not more like, it's coming. I'm going to put this goal here because it's coming. I'm the financial abundance that I need is always available, and I'm waiting on the universe to catch up to me. Get what I mean? Let's say that you are great at crafting. I love to craft personally. And you have decided that you are going to make candles. I don't know how to make candles, but I just threw that out there. Well, you need a workspace, don't you? Well, let's say that you've made some before and, you kind of have like a little makeshift space. Make it better. Clean up your space that you do have. Remember what I said about cleaning and clutter, and when it comes to the energy of that space, why it's important to keep your space intact. Because it helps you manifest further and faster. And your home and your workspace, it's important that they stay clutter-free. It's important that they have the right energy because they are the root chakra, the physical embodiment of the root chakra. Our root chakra is where we feel safest. It is our foundation. It is our home base. And so let's say that you physically go into an office every day. Your office has to have a certain something. I'm not telling you to full on decorate it, but it needs to be clean and it needs to be clutter free if at all possible in order for you to, let's say, get that promotion. Or you are the candle maker that I just gave an example of. That space needs to be clutter free in order to continue, because next thing you know, you are outselling Bath and Body Works. Okay? The next example. Trying a new approach. So, you have decided that you want to learn a new language. And you're like, well, Duolingo didn't work. It doesn't work for anybody, by the way. Well, I'm sure, actually, I'll take that back. Maybe it's worked for somebody. Or, I tried this app and it didn't work, but I want to learn Spanish. Okay. Try a new approach. I'm sure, you know a Spanish speaker. At least one, right? Ask them to speak Spanish to you. Make you learn. Okay, now you would think that I would be more fluent than I am. So maybe I'm not the best example.